Welcome to Lady Cadence Island and a beginner basics video. Now, if you've just started playing the game, you should have been taken through a basic tutorial when you first opened up the game, but I know it's a lot to take in. So this video is going to show you all of the basic elements of the island itself, as well as all of the different icons that you can see on just regular play. Now, I'm going to get out of this travels. I'm not going to go over travels right now. That's a side game. It's not available to everybody currently. But let's go through these basic icons that are in the game. Of course, your main one over here, the arrow to the right at the bottom, is going to be to play the scenes. And that's the whole main backbone of the game, is playing the scenes, following the storyline. And I'll show you real quick here. There are 8 volumes that you'll be going through as you play this game. I personally don't care about the storyline at all, but it's how you get through the game, is to do the scenes. I do love the scenes because I think they're beautiful. And that's what drew me to the game to begin with, was just the beautiful artwork, and I do enjoy playing hidden object scenes. One thing you're going to want to always do when you play these scenes is hit this little icon in the very bottom of your screen, the little camera button. Now, I currently have skips right now because I got them through purchasing something. And so I've got skips. I don't ever just purchase skips, though. I don't ever recommend doing that because it's kind of a waste of money. But these were as a part of a whole other package of things. So when you get skips, you do have to use them, unfortunately. But that's fine. Otherwise, when you don't have the skip, you get the opportunity to watch an ad, and then that will reduce your energy bolts from 15 down to 10, which is huge to save energy so you can continue to play the game. So of course, you're going to play the scenes through to get all of your stars, and you want to get all of your stars. Now, I will give you a tip. I do just play up to the second clue as I'm going through if I have several scenes that can be opened up. At first, I do that because you can more quickly get star boxes, because as you finish each star, you're going to be getting these blue star boxes. And they always give you energy coins. There's lots of things, resources you get from those. So I do try to get only through the second clue, and then I will go to the next scene. But once I've gotten to the point where it's about time to go to another, the next level, like at this point where you have to do the little puzzle to get to the next section, then I go back actually and I make sure I master all of the scenes to get my pink star box, because that's huge to get. It gives you way more rewards. It gives you marvelous items for the seasonal set for free, plus just better resources. Plus, you want to be completing these stars to be opening up your island, because you'll notice on your island when you first start out, you've got a lot of mist, and you have to clear that with completing scenes. So with stars and with compasses. You earn the compasses through regular gameplay, through star boxes, through challenges, but completing those stars is really important. And of course, to do that, you have to be able to buy decorating items and decorate your island. So let's go through these icons that are at the bottom. Of course, we did the big one on the right hand side. Now let's start over at the left hand side and go through all of these icons together. The first one, of course, is going to be your permanent shop. And we'll start all the way over at the very first category in your permanent shop of decorations. And I'm going to scoot all the way to the beginning of these. Now, all of these items in this section and in the next section open up again by however many stars you have. So you're going to want to be decorating, to be earning flowers rather, to open scenes up. Then you can win those stars and continue to open more and more decorations up. Roads are super important to use. I only use them to connect buildings in a way that makes sense. I do use grass as well, just to give yourself some breathing space. But the only way that works to be able to use the grass and the road, because they're only worth 1 flower, is if you supplement with higher flower count items. There's some of these pretty flowers and things. Again, they're only worth 1, and a few here, these items. So these are not going to be your high flower count items. These are just supplementary things you kind of use to fill in, to connect spaces, but they're not going to be the backbone of your decorating. Now this section with a flower are all of the individual items. Again, we're going to have to scroll to the very beginning because all of those at the end only open up again as you complete stars. So yeah, it takes time. This is what you start off with. The garden chairs, bushes, okay, and they're only worth 15 flower count, some of these each. You do want to get things that are worth more. So I would immediately get the cherubic flower urn, the sparkling company, even the golden seeding is great to start out with, just to start getting a higher flower count. And you will need to save up your coins so you can get higher items. The little garden house is nice to start out with too if you find a good spot for it. And again, remember that you're going to be constantly changing your decorations as you open up mist, as you open up more decorating items. So it's just always in flux. I like to keep mine looking pretty in the moment, but always be planning ahead for the next things that are going to open up for me. This park bridge, for example, it's beautiful to start out with. And it's worth only 80 though for a 2 square item. So that's fine when you're starting out and things are not worth as much and you don't need as much to progress. But as you progress and you open more up, I would recommend switching that out with the other bridge. It's the exact same pathway or direction, but look how much difference it is. It's worth 500 flowers. And yes, you've got to save up your coins for it, but it's totally worth it. And this is what I really recommend doing, is getting a few really high flower count items and then supplementing with the lower ones around it. It gives you way more space to work with. It helps you open up those stars faster, and you can get through the scenes more quickly. All right, then of course you've got your buildings. I have a whole separate video on coin producing buildings, so I recommend you watching that. And it explains how these are upgraded through materials, and then with gold bars you only see the beginning stage of these in this section. And obviously if you look at my thing, they're far different than that. This is at its fullest upgrade, same with this, same with this. Okay, so these look far different than the original buildings do in the permanent shop, but I have a whole nother video for that you can watch if you are interested. This icon within the permanent shop is always going to represent the seasonal set for the month. It switches out every single month. We're in July currently, so we're in this really cute orchid village set, which I love. Every July they're going to have this. They pretty much follow the same schedule, so then every month you get 8 brand new items if you were a part of the set from the previous year. But then there's some repeats as well. And then there's always these marvelous items. These are the ones that you see in gold that you get from pink star boxes. I only use 1 or 2 of them at the most spread out, and then I will sell the repeat items for coins. And these are just, they're beautiful. I love to use these. I almost never spend diamonds on a decoration. I would be patient because they will usually come back around again as either a challenge prize or some other type of reward that you can get later on without spending all those diamonds. And here's another thing I never ever do, and that's the limited edition decorations, because again, they usually do come back around as a reward for a challenge or some other side thing where you're not spending ridiculous amounts of diamonds or coins on these. So in my opinion, it's not worth it. I've never once gotten these, but as you can see, my island is full and beautiful. And I do have other buildings and things that are extras, but I have earned those through regular play. So, oh, one other thing I was going to show you about the permanent shop is that beautiful lake. That is in the pathway section, and that is the water. And it is worth diamonds, but it's only 5 a piece, and you can just slowly build it up. The stream. If you put it one on one, it looks like a stream, or you can just stack them together and it will be a lake, which I absolutely love. It just cuts the edges off to make it a nice, evenly flowing lake. Now in your flower section of the shop, you can get things like the lily pads. That's worth 50 flowers, totally worth it. Anytime you get again, a 1 square item that is 50 flowers, it's great. This I got from the Deja Vu shop. I'll explain that in a little bit. So definitely worth the effort to get those. All right, so that was the permanent shop. That's the cash register icon where you get all of your decorations from. If you're just starting out at the game, you will not have the next icon over this compass. This is when you clear all of the mist on your island, then it opens up a new island for you, and you're able to go to that island. All you have to do is tap on it to visit. And this island I have made, I've used my Mexico seasonal set as well as the wedding seasonal set and made it kind of its own little vacation destination island. And as you can see, I've used some of those higher count flower items. Remember, these are worth 1,600 a piece. That's worth 1,000. That's 500. Those are great options to have when you want to build up your flower count and be able to progress through scenes quickly. So again, that's the compass. It takes you to different islands, and the islands progress the same way as the first one does. You clear all the mist, then you get sunflower, you clear all the mist on sunflower, then you get laurel, clear all the mist there, then it's willow. Next comes snowdrop, you can barely see that. Then you've got magnolia and marigold, and then the final island, which is up here, is Sycamore Island. So there are 8 islands total. Right now I'm currently working on my Willow Island, and I've got more mist to clear. So this I need to get 25 more stars. I've already got plenty of compasses through gameplay. So I just need to do 5 more of the scenes, complete them, master them, to open up this mist, and then you just keep on trucking through, opening up the mist until it is complete. I am using my Botanical Bliss set on this one, as well as the India set to decorate this because it's a very tropical island. Alright, so that's your compass. Alright, and again, the next icon you're going to see is the seasonal set one. Now, you'll notice the travel icon on mine. Just ignore that. I'm not going to go through travels right now because it's a side game that is not available to everybody. And I'll talk about that at a later time in a separate video. Alright, again, this shows you all of the items within the seasonal set. You get this completion scene board when you complete the set. I've already completed the set, and now I'm just going back through trying to get these again to earn star boxes. I really don't care about them, to be honest. I just get what I want from the set, and then when I'm done, I'm done. But I do always complete it, the original completion, because I want to get the completion set item, which in this case, for July, let me show you, it is this cute little sale, the Bargain Bonanza. So that was the little prize you get for completing the set. And I always complete the set so I can get the final prize for that. Alright, so that's your seasonal set. That icon, of course, will switch out every single month to a new icon, but it shows you all the seasonal set icons for the month. Alright, this next section shows you your star boxes, how many you have, and then, of course, it shows you these little portraits. You earn these little portraits through regular gameplay, and when you get 7 out of 7 through regular gameplay and through the star boxes, that's where you get them from. It has you put this little puzzle together. It gives you another part of the story, but the reason I do them is that it also gives you 110 energy bolts. So it's simple to put the little puzzles together, but if you are interested in the story, you've got a little snippet here of information that tells you just more to the storyline, which it's interesting, and you can always go back through and look at these to get more information, more parts of the story. So if that's something that interests you, it's just fun to do. Again, it's super simple, plus you get energy for doing it. Alright, next icon, we've got Help Wanted and Memoirs. These are always available, the Help Wanted cases. You don't have to worry about these. You can ignore them completely. But I always do it because I want to get the coins, the energy, the extra rewards that come with it, the blue ribbons you get through it. So if you're wanting to help your team out, it's a good thing to do to earn these. Plus, these go along with, you'll notice there's keys on here that you can earn. 16 for this first one, 29 for the second one, 101 for this one. Those go along with the detectives needed, this icon in the top. It's, again, another way to earn rewards through regular gameplay. You don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to spend anything extra. Just play your games, earn your rewards. I find it enjoyable. I like to do it. Some people get annoyed by the extra things, but you can really honestly just ignore them if you want. Now, I don't really worry about finishing these unless it is a decoration that is awarded. This one's a Starbucks. That's cool. I might get it, might not. But I'm not worried about finishing it. I do like to finish them if there's a decoration. Now, these detectives needed alternate between this and Fairground Fortune. I don't have the icon because they never happen at the same time. They always alternate. So it's going to be either Fairground Fortune or Detectives Needed. Now, when they're offering decorations, I always do those just because, again, you just do it through regular gameplay, so it's an easy way to get them. I have gotten this through Detectives Needed or Fairground Fortune. I can't remember which one. I have gotten, I think this little one through one of those as well. I got that as well. I mean, all of these are just side challenge ones. This was a through Detectives Needed, I believe. So you get lots of different little cute decorations for free. This one was a Detectives Needed, I believe. So that's a great thing to do just on the side. All right, we're going to go back here again. The final thing here is Memoirs. It's a whole album. You get tons of time to complete it. I've completed mine already, but each of these scenes has little snippets that you are trying to earn in order to complete each section of the album. You get rewards for each of these. That one I got coins for and compasses for. Let's see, this one gave me a Starbucks and some gold bars. And when you complete the entire album, this is why I always try to complete the album. You get 20 pink Starbucks, 20 blue Starbucks, 25 compasses, and 2,000 gold bars, which if you are starting out, you're going to want those gold bars for completing your building upgrades because you get lots of flowers from those, plus you get to switch in between all the levels of those buildings. So this is what you want to do for Memoirs. Now you're going to get deja vus. That means repeated ones that you've already gotten before. Don't be annoyed by that. Your deja vus show up here in the top. I have 123. And what you want to do is go to the little bag at the bottom because that's your deja vu shop, the decoration shop. And you can get items in here from the deja vus that you have. Now, I've already purchased several of these. There's some that aren't showing because I've already gotten them. Actually, a lot that I've already gotten. You notice the little green circle, that's for album finishers only. Have a chance to get some of these. One really important tip, you never want to get the portraits. Okay, the only reason you'd get that is if you literally want to use that item as your profile picture in the game. That's all. It's no flowers, it's no coins, you can't sell it, you can't do anything with it. So it's really not worth spending your deja vus on unless you just really want that as your portrait or your, your profile image. Starbucks are in here as well. That's actually the next thing I'm going to get because I don't really want anything else from the shop. I've already gotten all the things that I want. But I can always get Starbucks, and those are great to have. So I will be doing that. Another tip, don't ever waste your diamonds on these star packs, especially if you're trying to complete the album, because chances are you're only going to be getting deja vus from it. And it's a total waste of diamonds, and especially if you're spending real money to get diamonds, don't ever do it. Now, I will tell you where you do get better options. Of course, you get them through Starbucks. Sometimes it's where you get your packets. But if you're going to want to spend, I would spend in this section here when they give you multiple packs for for a good offer. This one I don't care for because I don't really want that decoration, and it's only worth 20 for a 1 square, so that's not just, it's not worth it to me at this point. But this section is where they always show your discounts, and it's going to be this percentage icon at the bottom. Now they always have ways that you can purchase coins. I would never ever spend money to purchase coins because you need a lot of coins to get decorations, and you're going to spend money way too fast on this. Not worth it. Diamonds, I will occasionally spend money on diamonds because you can get a lot for them, but only the lowest amount possible to spend on. It has to really be worth it to you to do. Starbucks, never spend money on Starbucks. Don't really spend money on, or diamonds on, energy bolts either. I have heard people say this one is worth it to get the 150 bolts on. I don't see how that's possibly worth it. Honestly, I've never gotten it, don't ever plan to. Tell me in the comments if you think it's practical. Skips, these are never worth it to me either. I would rather just hit a little 30-second ad and let it play. I don't have to watch it, do something else, rather than spend my money on skips. The percentage thing though, this sometimes does give you a good deal. Once in a while you'll have like a huge amount of options available for only like $4.99, and it's worth a lot. This currently is not. When they're running those really special things on packs, I have gotten those a few times. When they've got packs and diamonds and maybe a decoration in there too, where it's just like a lot of items all together, that's for a really low price, then I'll get them, because then you do generally tend to get the good snippets for your memoirs pack, and you can complete the album. So speaking of memoirs, let me show you the beautifications that they have from those. So this one is from completing a memoirs, and you see I can alternate it between another one that I've completed. The seal one, that's cute. I just personally like the Terracotta Island, or you could just leave it empty. You don't have to have anything there. And actually that's what I've done with this section, because I have earned 2 of these from completing albums as well, but I personally don't really care for the blimp. I just don't like that one, or the movie set that much, so I just leave it empty. Because remember, the rewards for the memoirs, completing the album, are amazing. I don't do it necessarily for the beautification, but I have done this beautification up here, the water park, and that has completely determined the design of my island on these 2 sections, because you see how I've got this ice cream truck here, which is super cute, and it actually goes, makes the path down into the water park, and then of course this path comes up to this bridge. But look, if I tap on this, and I only have this as my only option, or the empty option, look how that totally changes it. So now I've got pathways that go to nothing. So clearly if I used it empty, I would change up the decorations on that so you don't have a bridge going nowhere. But I really love this the water slide waves. The water park, I think it's super cute. So I'm going to use that. And again, that determines my decorations on the side. Alright, so that is your memoirs. And I have gone through discounts, we've gone through detectives needed. This icon, this is a team competition one, and before I get into that, I'm actually going to take you to the lounge, because that you also find always within the lounge. That's just the current game that's playing. This lounge is super important because this shows you what's going on in your team. You've got the chat feature, which is the first feature you have. You can type in what you want and add the messages in there. Of course, this is where you're going to be giving your drinks. Super important to be helping your team out. And you notice at the top here, you get tips for your drinks. I've got 3,000 right now. If you click on the little bag to the left here, this little shopping bag, while you're in the drink section, you can actually spend your tip money on items in the shop. Now I'm trying to get my energy level up. The energy increase is what I'm going for. 15 is the highest you can get. You start off with 9 when you start the game. So when you give a drink, here, let me show you. If you give an energy drink, it starts off as only worth 9 energy bolts, but I have upgraded it every time to 14. The next upgrade is going to be 15, and that is the final upgrade you can get. Now, it's not our drink time, so I'm not going to be giving any of these drinks out right now. You always get one free when you can place, and then you spend diamonds to place some others. So I'm going to do those later. Our team does 2 drinks each. You can see the information about the team that you've been placed on. You can change teams here. It's super important to get on a team that you are on the same page with. I have a whole video about how to choose your playing style and doing the teams. So You can always leave your team and join another one if you're not in a team that you feel like you're in a good place with. So, but you do need to be communicating with your team regardless. So always be sure you're checking messages in here. And then of course down here is going to be your competitions, team competitions. The only reason you're going to want to play these is if you are on a team that's actively playing the competitions, because you see the rewards are for first, second, third place, and they go down from there. So if your team is active and playing, then it's great to do these because you can earn some really great rewards. But if not, I don't recommend doing them. And of course, if you're not part of a team, I wouldn't recommend doing these competitions. This is the Detectives League. It shows you where your team is at in the Detective League, which is always, it runs 6 weeks. And this is where you're at. It shows you if you're promoting or not to the next level. Shows you what rewards you're going to get through your promotion, how many blue ribbons you're currently at. So that's important to look at. And then of course you've got your club mysteries that's coming up soon. Here I've got a separate video that talks about this as well. So that's just your basic info about the lounge. Again, super important that you be looking at messages in the lounge to make sure as a team you're communicating. This shows you different people that are on your boat as well, and or different teams rather that you can be a part of. So it shows you what their scores are, what their drinks time is, and how many members they have, and the play style that they have. So if you need a team, look in this section and see if you can find one that fits what you want to do. Okay, so the ones with the trophy, that means they're competitive. Okay, this is Pedal Pops. This is just a social, relaxed style team. Anyway, so these are just options of teams that you can be joining. So if you're not part of a team, you can join one by looking there in that section to see what teams are available. All right, so that's your lounge. That's again your games. And also right now, this other icon, the only one left on the left side over here is this vault. I have gotten the vault before when it's diamonds. Once in a while, and this shows you all the other things that you get. I probably won't be getting it this time. It's not worth it. If it's ever coins, it's definitely not worth it. So I don't necessarily recommend getting those. I just ignore it. You still get your rewards through scene play. You don't worry about them like not getting those. You still get those. It just gives you the chance to buy more diamonds if you want it. All right, the last thing on here is Jack's plane. You can send him out on little missions. I have upgraded all my buildings, so I can't get flowers through upgrades anymore, but I can through sending Jack out, and he's currently out on a trip right now. You see how many materials you have listed at the bottom of your screen. That shows you what you've got, and once this one is completed in a couple days, I'll get 193 flowers, and then I can send him out again on another mission. They usually give you a couple options of things to choose from, whether it's coins, diamonds, flowers, or even decorations. But the decorations, you don't know what you're getting until you choose it. So that, and it may be repeats of something you don't really want. I just strictly go for flowers, coins, or diamonds, depending on what I need most, and I keep sending him out on trips as often as possible. So that is the real basics of the game for you and of the screen, so you can see what's going on. My island is all decorated, of course. Now I am missing some spots in here because I'm actually preparing for the August seasonal set, which is the Venice theme. So I've got these spaces open, ready to place my items, and I will be doing a video on that next, the completed Venice theme. So stay posted if you want to see that video. And again, check out the other beginner basics videos. It has more specifics on just individual items of the game, and I hope that will be a help to you. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again.